Bismillah ar-Rahman. Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We'll wait for some other people to join and then we'll have a conversation. How are you guys today anyway? Okay, there's nobody live here. For those of you who are watching the replay, we will actually start having a conversation either after like 5 minutes or when there's a few people here, whichever comes first. I'll put a timestamp in the description though. Assalamu alaikum, is anybody here to come and join me? Come and hang out with me for a little bit today? Right, how can I make this look a little bit more professional? Let's remove the bag. Right over there. Assalamu alaikum, who's come to hang out with me today? Assalamu alaikum, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up please. Assalamu alaikum, I've got 3 of you here. I want to see 3 thumbs up please. Please like the video. That'll be a massive help for me. How are you guys today? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me please. That'll be a huge help. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me please. Who's here? Okay, assalamu alaikum, how are you guys today? Who's here? Give me a thumbs up. I'm just going to show the Arabic in 60 Steps WhatsApp group that we're live. Assalamu alaikum, who's come to see me today? Give me a thumbs up please, like the video. Say hello, whoever's come to see me. Assalamu alaikum, 4 people but no thumbs up. Come on man, like the video. Assalamu alaikum. Give me a thumbs up please, just to let me know you can hear me. Because I don't have any thumbs up yet and I have no idea if the sound is working. 5 people have come to see me. Thank you very much for coming by. Who have we got? Assalamu alaikum. How do I improve my reading? What sort of level are you at? Do you mean reading as in reading the Arabic script, or do you mean reading for understanding? Are you into reading like sentences and passages yet? And give me an idea of what sort of level your Arabic is so I can give you some specific advice, inshallah. Come on guys, like the video for me please. There's 4 of you in here, no likes on the video. It's shameful for me, not for you, obviously. Assalamu alaikum Ben, how you doing my brother? Good to see you. Ben, how's your, actually now you're here Ben, how's your Arabic going? MashaAllah. Thanks for liking the video, 2 of you. Who else have we got? Okay, we had a question about Arabic reading. We will talk more about that, but give me a bit more of an idea of what your level is. And maybe as you're thinking about it, maybe I'll give some more generic advices, inshallah. So if you're at the level of the Arabic script, it's important to sort of get into actually piecing words together quite quickly. Like you don't need to be like 100% strong on all of the Arabic letters, I don't think. Like what you'll spend a lot of time doing, you transition into just learning the alphabet, into reading words and sentences. A lot of it will be kind of having a page with the Arabic alphabet on it in all of the forms, the beginning, the middle, the end, and the alone, and the alone, right? You'll have that kind of, you'll have one hand in that page, and you'll be piecing words together 1 letter at a time, right? Like that's, we've all been there. I spent weeks doing that. So so there is a little while of needing to do that. Ben, you are excused. for a little while. I've seen that you're setting up a website, beniqra.com, I believe. I'll give you a shout out. I believe it's beniqra.com. I believe that you would have the business savvy to choose the .com. Although I'm not against .co's and .nets. Nothing wrong with a .co or a .net, but beniqra, I don't think you need to resort to that. For a Somali language related merch store that I was setting up, I wanted to buy somalyon.com, but it's just not worth it. I'm not going to spend $3,000 on somalyon.com because I like Somali On, because one of the products that I have for Somali is called Somali On Lockdown, and I also like the Somali and the word lion being in it as well. I thought I'd play with that somewhere. And then Somali On sounds like Somalian, right? And there's a few different things I could do with it, but yeah. Luckily, beniqra doesn't make sense in Arabic. So, no, but but a few other, ban, it was spelt ban, but the Turks pronounce it ban. Ban iqra is like saying I am iqra. Ban is ban İngilizce, like I'm English in Turkish. So the ben could make sense in another language maybe, but no, in Arabic, no. Ben iqra is like ben iqra. Iqra, do some reading. Ben iqra, that's what I should be saying to you actually. So reading the scripts, I've completed a Gateway to Arabic book 1. Oh, excellent, I quite like that series. The Gateway to Arabic books, I like them. So, okay, in the Gateway to Arabic series, you have lots of opportunity to practice your reading on lots of individual Arabic words. So, there's whole pages where you have grids of like different pictures, and then there's the Arabic word in them. So you've probably practiced reading the Arabic script and writing it for many words now, actually. So if you're in that series already, I'd continue with the Gateway series. I mean, each of the books are like £4.50, aren't they, each of the books? So I'll just continue with that series. If you like it, then stick with that series, inshallah. If you like that series. If you feel like you are losing interest in it, as sometimes after a part of a program you kind of lose some novelty, look at my program, inshallah, because you're at a really good stage where you have really good Arabic script, and you wouldn't need to do the Arabic script bundle, my Arabic script course, and you could go straight into the Arabic in 60 Steps program. You're at a really good stage for that now, but that's only if you're feeling like your focus and your dedication to that particular program is going off the rails a little bit. Oh, mashallah. Okay, cool. Well, if you're already in the program, then you're in a good place to start step 1. That's cool. But yeah, the Gateway. There's nothing wrong with the Gateway series, though. In fact, I've actually considered. I've considered creating a membership separate to the Arabic in 60 Steps program, where I might actually teach some of those programs. I may teach the Medina books. I may teach Al-Arabiyyah Bayna Yadayk. I may teach the Gateway series, because just to give other options to students. Like, my whole objective isn't to sell a program. My whole objective is to build a community of well-connected Muslims. And well-connected, I kind of mean reconnected to our Muslim history and Muslim legacy, and obviously that includes the Quran and a relationship with the Sunnah as well. So, I don't deter students from programs other than mine for some kind of business gain. I don't do that. If students are on the Medina books and they're enjoying them, then you crack on. I'm not interested in stealing students from another Arabic program. That's not in line with my objectives for this at all. Excellent. Ben is also a student on the program, actually. Yes, so I look forward to seeing Ben's progress. Ben's work in step 1 has been very good, though, by the way, mashallah. Ben has sent me some of his answers and stuff for the questions in step 1, and that's awesome. So as there was some interest in it, in the thing I mentioned, I would like to add some kind of subscription to my work, something that's a bit broader and can be used either alongside the Arabic in 60 Steps program or some students who they like another program or whatever, it'll still be complementary to their studies, whoever they are. But I need to give that some thought, what that would involve and how many students I could take in that and what that would mean. But I wouldn't look at making it very expensive, £12 a month, something like that. Yeah, and that would just be like a far broader, like get closer to Sam as your teacher type community. That would be, but I'm not sure what that would look like just yet. I'm going to have a conversation with Ben soon, because Ben does really amazing work with like YouTube consultancy and branding and online stuff like that. Ben's really good at that, so I want to have a meeting with Ben sometime, hopefully middle of this month, inshallah, and then make some decisions on where we go. Sam, is the Arabic workshop stuff still relevant to the Arabic in 60 Steps program? So the brothers at Arabic Workshop, they've formatted a load of their stuff they've mapped it to the Arabic in 60 Steps program. So all of that still exists. I know that Arabic Workshop are going to they're going to reshape their business a little bit. So I don't know what will happen with that. But as it stands, yeah, they have loads of their lessons mapped to all of the steps in the Arabic in 60 Steps program. The best thing to do is to use the QR code inside of your workbook, and that will take you straight to the page with the mapping. But I believe even if you go through arabicworkshop.com, they even have at the bottom of their page, they even have like mapping to the Arabic in 60 Steps program. I'll show you, like in your workbook, this is a quite old edition, but at the front, if you scan that QR code, then yeah, it will take you straight to where they've mapped their resources to our program. So yeah, so yes, that's still there. You can still go and see it. Yeah. Cool. What else you got? Can I ask? It's probably not smart for me to ask this publicly, but I'd like to anyway, just for transparency and stuff. As you're enrolled in the Arabic in 60 Steps program, why did you choose to look at the Gateway books? You know, I'd really like to know that, and you know, it's probably it's not really good business practice to encourage people to expose a shortcoming in your program. But but as I say, I'd rather the honesty and you know, and for us to have the conversation. So yeah. So the question is, as you're a student already on the Arabic in 60 Steps program, why was it that you looked at the Gateway books? Or was it just for the Arabic script to get you up to a level to start the program? Like, what was it? Oh, right, yeah, that makes loads of sense. To act as a bridge, because the first book gets you ready to read sentences. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Something I really like about the Gateway books is, about Gateway Book 1 specifically, is it's purely like an Arabic script course. Yeah. Ben's got a good question. Have you thought of doing a live stream where your students can join as a guest? Yeah, I have, yeah. I'm not sure what, I don't know if I'd use Zoom for it or whatever. I don't really know the tech of that at the moment, but I'd really like to, or do you mean like kind of a call-in thing where my students can kind of like take a turn, or do you mean like a live hangout where we have various students who can ask questions? What kind of thing? Well, the answer is yes to all of that, though. Like I've thought of having podcast episodes where I have some of my graduates be guests. I've thought about times where I'll have like a call-in show where people can come on and ask questions live. I've thought about all kinds of those things, and I'm just not sure how that all fits in. To be honest, like with my life here in London, I'm so sort of all over the place really with like my responsibilities at home and when I'm in office space and when I'm not and stuff like that. And the way that I run the content at the moment is I batch record a lot of it, so that's a way that I can still maintain some consistency on my platforms whilst not having necessarily having the consistency in my life. So yeah, but when we iron that out, and now we're coming to the summer holiday, I'll be way more available, be able to have way more consistency and stuff, and obviously as I'm planning to sort of change my situation a little bit for the next academic year, I'll be able to do a lot more of that. There was a question about the new workbook, so I can't quite remember from your username. Your username doesn't look like an email address that we've had join the program recently, so I guess you've been on the program for a little while. Do you have one of these? Do you mean can you get this version rather than an earlier one? The answer is yes. Send me an email, sam@arabicin60steps.com, and yeah, you can. Or if you already have one of those but you want more copies, you can buy more copies, yeah. I've had some students who like lose their book, and some students who want one of their friends to join in on their account and stuff like that. And I'm open-minded to things like that. Like I don't really want someone. I don't want someone like buying the program for themselves and then sharing it with loads of people. I don't think that's really fair on me, but I'm very open-minded to people who message me and they say, look, I bought this program, I've got 2 children, I'm not quite sure if it's right for them yet, but do you mind if I buy an extra book for each of them, and they can go through the program with me? Like, I'm very open to stuff like that. I try to be fair, inshallah. So there are some people who have bought 3 or 4 books, you know, and I'm very happy for them to do that. So if it's the case that you have like an earlier version of the workbook and you want a new one, yes, you can absolutely get one. Email me, sam@arabic-in-60steps.com. Or if you already have one of those and you want more, you can do that too. But just email me and we'll sort that out. Yeah. Cool. What else we got? 6 of you here, but only 4 likes on the video. Please like the video for me. It doesn't cost anything. Tell me what you guys have been thinking about the Layla wa Dhib series as well, because we have just done episode 3 of that. That was just out on this YouTube channel actually. So tell me what you guys thought about that series. The feedback has been good from even like close friends who study through it as well. They've enjoyed it, so I'd like to hear what you guys think. There's things that we could do better on it for sure, but you know. It's all a learning curve, isn't it? Okay, I'm only going to be here for another 10 minutes maybe, because they're going to kick me out of the office soon. So, any questions that you have, please ask away. Please like the video as well. That's a massive help for the algorithm and all that. But yeah, as Ben was saying, having some kind of like live call-in show, or even something like a live hangout with a few of my students, I think that'll be really good to increase the engagement. Because if you look at my channels generally, even the Sam of Somalia channel and stuff, it's only really my face that people are seeing, and I'd like to show some more faces. Yeah. There is a brother who I've been in contact with recently. Him and I have had some back and forth in the DMs, who I'd love to have on the channel. A brother called Simon. He's from Sweden actually. I think his Instagram is Simon Says Squat, because he's actually a fitness instructor, a personal trainer and stuff. Yeah, and he speaks Somali as well. So him and I, we've got like a weird amount in common. Like he also speaks Somali, and like he studied Arabic, and we both know sign language as well. I don't know if he's the child of a deaf person or why he knows sign language, but so him and I both have that in common. We've got a scary amount in common, him and I. So I messaged him recently. I sent him a DM on Instagram, and I was like, bro, we've got a fair bit in common. It'd be good if we had a conversation sometime. And he was like, Sam of Somalia, man. He was like, you helped me so much learn Somali. so him and I'll have a conversation soon, inshallah. He's agreed to come on my channel. So, yeah, we'll do something with that. But because him and I have so much we could talk about, I don't know where to direct the conversation. I might need to have him specifically on the channel for talking about learning Arabic specifically, and then have another video specifically for Somali. And then maybe do 3 for the 3 of my channels with him, like do one where him and I talk about learning Arabic, talk about learning Somali, and one we just talk about our journeys to Islam and stuff to go on my 3 different channels. Ben maybe has an opinion on that. Let's see what Ben thinks about me doing actually 3 conversations with him. I think that would be cool. Yeah. Right. What else you got? What other questions you got for me? What am I missing? Oh, cool. Yeah, you like Simon. Cool. He's really nice. I think he's back in Sweden now. When I spoke to him recently, he was flying home for the summer because he's somewhere else studying at the moment. I don't know how public he's made that, so I won't say it. But as he's in, I did think about flying him here to come and do like an in-person podcast with me. Yeah. Sam, I want to see you on Freshly Grounded, inshallah. So you guys need to harass brother Faisal to get me on there, man. Like, I reached out to the brother when I was better known than him. When Faisal had like 4,000 subscribers and I had like 20,000 or something at that point, I reached out to him because I saw the potential in the brother. But yeah, he ghosted me, man. I'm sure it was a mistake. I'm sure it just got lost in the inbox, as these things do. I'm sure he didn't mean to ghost me, but Or maybe I don't know, maybe I've done something, maybe I've upset him or something. I don't know what I could have done to upset the brother, but may Allah bless the brother. May Allah increase him in sincerity. May Allah reward him for all of his hard work. But yeah, brother Faisal from Freshly Grounded, I'd love to be on that show. I'd love to talk to him. I've spoken very briefly to brother Musa Adnan as well. I've seen him in person as well. Yeah, because I actually studied Arabic historians with Adnan Rashid, his father. I studied Arabic historians at university with him. He was doing a master's at the time, and him and I spoke. And also because I've done da'wah in Uganda, where Adnan Rashid has done da'wah as well. We knew some mutual people in Uganda in the da'wah out there. So yeah, I have some things to talk to Musa about, but never had the opportunity. Same with Faisal, as I say. Him and I have both been. But he's been a lot more consistent than me, and he's sort of been doing one thing and doing it well, right? And with his podcast and stuff. But yeah, it was. I met Mohammed Hijab not long ago. When Ben actually had me on the Rerouted podcast, on Ayera's podcasts. That day I met Mohammed Hijab, and him and I'd say we got on really well, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I was teaching him Somali for a while, which is good fun. Yeah, but anyway, in the foreseeable, inshallah, we'll have Simon on the channel in the foreseeable, inshallah, if we can make that happen. I know he's busy and everything like that, but if we can make that happen, that'd be really cool. Yeah, and then there's, I'd like to have Ben on the channel as well, actually. He managed to get me onto Rerouted, which was really nice, and if Ben came onto my channel sometime, it'd be really cool. Maybe when Ben's like a little bit more into the Arabic in 60 Steps program, when he's at like step 5 or something, I'll bring him on to have a talk about the experience and things like that. That'd be really cool. Yeah. Well, you guys need to talk to Faisal from Freshly Grounded though, because he listens to his audience. Like if you guys recommend an individual, then yeah, then he's more likely to comply. But yeah, I don't know if I've upset him or something. I hope I haven't upset the brother. Who else? Yeah, maybe another brother I've thought about having on is Saad ibn Mansour, Dawah Man's brother, because Saad's actually an Arabic teacher. Yeah, Saad does the Arabic Code Academy, which is part of their Knowledge College. Or it may be separate now, or at least it was part of the Knowledge College. But Saad, Imran's younger brother, well, I've met all of them a couple of times, but Saad I got on especially well with because he's quite close to my age. I think he's only a year younger than me, and he's an Arabic teacher as well. So him and I got on really well last time I met him. So I'd love to have him on the channel to talk about learning the Arabic language. That'd be a big blessing as well. Yeah. We'll see about that though. We'll see how those go. Anything else I can help you guys with? And as well, like other ways of getting the Arabic in 60 Steps channel out there. I think to be honest, there's so many things I've struggled with really in doing this. Like I've had a really big like imposter syndrome for a long time. Like I've felt like I'm maybe not qualified for it. The thing about Arabic is it really humbles you. You know, like you can learn Arabic for years, and then I can open up a novel in the library and come across words I don't understand quite quickly. You know, Arabic just has such a vast vocabulary. Yeah. So even like among the active vocabulary. So yeah. So it can be really humbling, right? And like as a person seeking that knowledge and as a person teaching it, you need to not be so arrogant that when that happens, you become despondent about it. And I think I've been guilty of that a number of times. Yeah, I've thought like, because everybody makes mistakes, right? And everybody kind of comes across things that they don't understand. And in the past, I've sort of come across things like that, and I've thought, well, maybe I shouldn't even be teaching Arabic if I don't understand this. But that's completely wrong, right? Like even my Arabic teachers come across things that they don't understand. And, you know, that's just part of language, right? That's, you know, that just is the case. And, you know, it's all just part of growing into it. Have you spoken to brother Chris or Ismail Beaumont? He hasn't posted an update in ages. I've tried to reach out to him. In about Ramadan time was when I last reached out to him, and I reached out to his wife through her Instagram as well, because I thought maybe she might be managing his accounts or something or whatever, and but I don't know. We make dua for him. I don't know how he's doing, like in his care and stuff. And I've tried to find out what hospital he's in even. Like I heard that he was somewhere in South London. I know that he's from South London. But we ask that Allah give him shifa, and we ask that Allah protect him. But that's a brother that I really love. I had a really long conversation with him once, and yeah, inshallah he's okay. Maybe he's just taking a step back from his content and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, make dua for him, and yeah, we'll carry on reaching out for him. Reaching out to him. What do you think about the Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk syllabus? It's great. Those are my thoughts. That's my in-depth analysis. You know, like I don't. Okay, so the thing that stands out the most about Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk is the amount of dialogues in there. You know, it really is a program that makes a big effort to bring standard Arabic into a spoken arena, which is really difficult to do. You know, and like another book, the Teach Yourself Arabic series, really tries to do that in a way that I think is kind of erroneous, actually. In some cases, right? Like I was reading through. I've spent a little bit of time recently reading through the Gateway series and the Medina book series and the Bayna Yadayk series, and as well like Teach Yourself and Arabic for Dummies and all of these kinds of books, because I like to just look at what else is out there for the students. Because I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Like if there's other programs doing something better than me, then I want to promote them. And but so recently I've been through these programs, and like the Teach Yourself Arabic one, in the beginning there are dialogues in standard Arabic about catching a taxi, and like it really leads a student into thinking that that's an experience that they might have. Like in the beginning it's like you know, people are saying yeah taxi, and then a taxi coming, and them saying مساء الخير, and then the other person saying مساء النور كيف حالك أنا بخير الحمد لله الأهرام لو سمحت, or whatever, right? The pyramids please, or أريد شاي بسكر من فضلك, or بسكر and بدون سكر. Like that's not how a conversation in the cafe or in a taxi is going to go in Egypt, right? So sometimes sometimes in that process of doing like dialogues in standard Arabic, it even misleads students sometimes, I think. But something that stands out about the Al-Arabiyya Bayna Yadayk series is the amount of dialogues, and I think that's a good thing, the way the Bayna Yadayk series does it. Because we do have dialogues in standard Arabic, especially in circles of people who want to seek knowledge and stuff. So I'd say it's a good program, but at the end of the day, okay, so I speak highly of all of these programs and their teachers and their authors, right? I speak highly of all of them. But at the end of the day, they're just books. And these days, how many people really have the attention span to finish a whole book? Many, right? Many perhaps, right? But as a percentage, I'd say it's very small, right? It's something that I think is important about the Arabic in 60 Steps program. I've thought to myself, could I turn this program into a book? Could I put it alongside the Medina book series? And at the end of the day, it'd still just be a book. At the end of the day, the best methodology and the best pedagogy and the best pricing and the best product placement, at the end of the day, it's still just a book, right? But what we try to create at the Arabic in 60 Steps program is a well-rounded experience, right? Where students have access to a book, but it's not a book for the sake of reading it. It's a book for a specific function to practice the writing of the Arabic language, right? That's a really important part of having something physically in front of you. But then also to give students an overview of where they're going. I think those are the most important things about having a book. Number one, for the process of actually producing Arabic physically with pen and paper in front of you, but then also so that students can flick through its pages and say, well, this is what I'm going to be doing in 50 pages time. This is the overview of the whole syllabus. Like those are the only two jobs really. I don't think books are very good at explaining things. Unless you're teaching to very dedicated and very focused students, which unfortunately, like my program's written for like busy adults in the West who are studying on their own terms. They have a very low success rate with any book, right? But they do have a good success rate with experiences like the Arabic in 60 Steps program, which is varied between having videos and downloadable audios and assessments for every module and things like that. So I think sometimes we we can not do justice to all of the programs when we line up all programs together. It's really in the delivery of them, which is where all the results come in. Like the Gateway and the Medina and the Bainia Dake, they're all good series, right? But they can be taught poorly or well, right? But it depends who's teaching you them, and what format that's in. Is it varied for you, and do you have regular support? Do you have someone to ask your questions? And those are all things those are all some of the most important aspects of actually learning a new language, but ones that get completely ignored when we do like a Gateway versus Bainia Dake comparison, right? Because they're all syllabuses that all work, right? But what really works is good teachers and resources and good setup and good community and things like that. Those are all things that are important in learning Arabic. I hope that makes sense. I won't waffle about that anymore. But okay, no problem. If any of you need to go, no problem at all. I need to go as well because I'm going to be kicked out of the office soon. So maybe we wrap it up there, inshallah. Any more questions, just put them underneath. I'll get back to you, inshallah. Anything specific about the program or any questions you have about it, you can just email me, sam@arabic in60steps.com. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.